Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? It is Tuesday, the 15th of April. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. Let me make sure my audio's, yep, we're good. Okay. I don't know why I feel like my audio was going to be off, but it's not. But welcome in. I saw we got a group of people in here tonight. My peoples are here. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see you guys. Look at Cyber Warrior. Cyber Warrior, you're a champ. I think Cyber Warrior comes in right when I hit the live. Whenever I schedule the live, because you've been doing a great job on being the first one. Ladybug's usually the first one. Hey, Ladybug, how you doing? How you doing, Ladybug? And I saw something earlier about being appreciative of Ladybug, and I am. I'm so appreciative of her. She was here. What was that? Last Thursday or Friday when we had the court hearing. Ooh, that was a long day. You were here for it. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? Hey, Dawn. Hey, Petunia. Hey, Wandering Orphan. I saw you have some lingerie on for the hubby. Well, look at that. Someone's going to be excited later. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Hey, Triple L. I was here. I was just trying to, get everything situated for the live. I'm in here for hours on end. You think I'd have everything situated, but I don't. I have ADHD, so I think that's what it is. Like, because right before the live, I'm like, oh, I've got to do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Hey, Tony, welcome in. 2 people are watching and have not hit that button. They better hit that button. If you guys don't mind, if you would hit the like button, it just really helps the algorithm of the channel. It helps us get into the algorithm and more people will come into the chat, and that's just awesome. And Squeaky, I heard that you're a woman now. So, I mean, there's that. There's that. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. Sometimes you don't know, though. Like the names, like some of them you just don't know. Like you don't, I think that I think I may have called maybe someone that was a guy a girl or a girl a guy. I may have done that before. And if I have, I'm sorry. Hey, Catherine. But them names will get you. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. And I hear my dogs coming, so I'll probably have to let them in. They went outside to the restroom and they just got back in. So welcome in, everybody. Hey, Lori, I'm going to grab the dogs here just a minute. Hey, Angie, you made the live. I love that. Oh, Kathy, that's sweet. We do try to give you the details and the factual details. I've had a lot of people in the comment section yelling at me, like, you need to read the documents. And I'm like, I've read every single one of them. So I'm sorry. This was laughable. This one made me laugh. I should have kept the comments. Like I should have had it handy to show you guys tonight because this lady reamed me. I mean, I've never, I mean, I don't know what I said to offend her, but I said something about Bryan to offend her. And she named him Bryan Kohberger. Like she spelled his name Bryan with an I and then spelled his last name Cowberger. And I said, you talking to me about reading documents? I can't even spell his name. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. Hey, Sarah. I was just like, oh, my lordy. The two Dobermans are on your lap. Yeah, the dog's one in. I can hear him at the door. Hey, Pamela. Okay. I was like, Bryan Kohberger? I was like, okay. I mean, I do say Coberger, though. I have that L. I can't help it. Hold on one second. Okay. They're sitting there just looking around. I don't know what they're doing. Okay. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. I thought she was going to come over here and make me pet her. I wouldn't be able to stop the whole live. My hand would have to be on her the whole time. So, hey, Shells, welcome in. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. I really do. I'm going to put the link into the chat for our membership. If you'd like to join our membership, I would love for you guys to join. We are just wanting some more memberships. I don't know. I just want more people to have a membership. If you are in the chat, don't forget to hit your gifted memberships. Like make sure they're on because sometimes people gift memberships and you could be gifted one. So you never know. You never know. But I think people gift usually once at night. So, I mean, you never know. You never know about it. But we're going to talk tonight about Bryan, his visual snow, and his Tapatalk account that he had when he was younger. So when Bryan was in his teenage years, I think it was like 15, 16 when he was writing this stuff. We can actually go back. 2009 was when he started. So I think that was right when he graduated. But didn't he graduate? I think in 2009. I think he did. I think that he might have graduated in 2009. So it was like right around the time that he was graduating or, his senior year. And he was going through a lot of stuff, apparently. But I feel like, and we heard this last night on one of the podcasts that we were watching, this is like his as raw as we're going to get, I feel like, with Bryan, because this is like way before, November 13th, 2022. So I think that it'll be good to go through them and we'll just see what he had to say back then. Hey, PKC. Hey, Ashley. How are you doing? How's your new home? Hey, Amy. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks, Ladybug. Okay. So I got this off the internet. I just put it into a Word document. That way it would be like easier for us to look at instead of looking on like Google. But let me see if I can. Can't you like make this go away? Nope, I guess not. I think if you go back, you got it. Okay, so we'll just do it like this. This is fine. And I think everybody can see it pretty well. If not, I'm going to read it to you anyway. But I was trying to see if I could make it bigger, but I can't. Okay, so I'll read through it. Oh, you haven't started staying there yet? Oh, but you're going to love it when you do. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited for you. I've been thinking about it like every day. I've been thinking about you every day in your little home you're going to have. I'm like, I need to get her like a sign or something, to hang up. You need something to hang up in there. I got to think of something. So, visual snow, we're just going to kind of go over what it is. And then I want us to really think in our minds if we believe Bryan Kohberger suffers from visual snow. I should have looked up, I think it might tell me if it's something that lasts forever. I wanted to know that actually, if it was something that was permanent. But visual snow, let me actually move this down because where I'm reading, oops. Okay. I was reading like upward and yeah, that wasn't going to work for me. So, well, look at Be Happy gifting out 10 memberships. Thank you so much. Look at that. Amy got one. Angie got one. Look at that people that are in the live tonight. Ari, True Crime Lullabies got one. Plants Are My Jam. Judy, Nifty, Marissa, Crimes Have Consequences. Megan H3. Look at that. Well, welcome on in. Thank you, Be Happy. That's very kind of you. Extremely kind. So visual snow is a visual phenomenon characterized by the perception of tiny flickering dots or static-like disturbances throughout the visual field. And then the key characteristics are it's persistent. The visual disturbances are ongoing and generally don't come and go. So it's like it's always there. That static that, that I've shown you before, like, what normal people see versus what visual snow sees. And I can show you that again too. Full field, it says the disturbances are present across the entire visual field, not in just one area. Dynamic, the dots appear to be flickering, moving, or snowing rather than being fixed. Visual, the phenomenon is experienced visually, not through other senses like auditory hallucinations. So visual snow syndrome, visual snow is often a primary symptom of a neurological condition called visual snow syndrome, and it's VSS. VSS can also include other visual disturbances like palinopasia, that's like after images, photophobia, light sensitivity, nyctalopia, impaired night vision. How about that? Impaired night vision. We should look this up and see if you get your driver's license with this. Enhanced entopic phenomena, seeing floaters or flashes, non-visual symptoms such as tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and migraine headaches can also be present in VSS. Let me actually let me spell license right. License if you have visual snow. Yes, individuals with visual snow can generally still obtain a driver's license, but they may need to meet specific visual requirements or have driving restrictions. The key is whether their visual snow significantly impairs their ability to drive safely as determined by a vision test and potentially a driving assessment. Okay. And then it says you visual accuracy of 20 to 40 or better with both eyes together. Yeah, so mine's like 2015 in this. I forget what it is together, but yeah, that's why they don't consider me blind. I'm like, I'm blind, y'all. They're like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay. Y'all say that. It's okay then. But like, you would think that you would have certain like special mirrors or You know what I mean? Like something. I know that when you have like, monovision like I have, there's some states that will only allow you to drive from like certain like daylight hours. There are certain states that require you to have certain mirrors on your car, or those like littler mirrors that hook onto the mirror, the side mirrors that can like really, so you can see like the cars better behind you, I guess, visually. But if you were having visual snow, I just don't see that you'd be able to drive with that, especially at night. Especially at night. So important to know, visual snow is not a common visual phenomenon, and it's not the same as normal floaters or after images everyone might experience occasionally. The cause of VSS is not well understood, but it's believed to involve neurological dysfunction related to the brain's processing of visual information. It's important for anyone experiencing persistent, bothersome visual disturbances to consult with a healthcare professional, such as a neuro-ophthalmologist, or proper diagnosis and evaluation. I should ask my ophthalmologist about that. Like, do you know anybody with visual snow? Remind me if I tell you, if I remind, like, if I say to you guys, hey, I'm going to see my eye doctor, be like, hey, ask him about visual snow. Remind me to do that because I'm curious. So, let me see how easy it is to back out of this and go back and forth. Okay. It's not that hard. I'm going to refresh the page though before we start, just in case. Okay. So like I said, this is going to be his Tapatalk account. This is from November 1st, 2009. He started on this account. If someone could do the math, I'm terrible at math, especially with ages. Math, I'm not good at it. But in 2009, I'm pretty sure that's when he graduated. I'm going to look that up. When did Bryan? Okay, hold on. 2013? Wow, so I thought he was okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because I graduated 2004. Okay. So 2013, so he would have been what, like a freshman? So, okay, freshman, 10th grade maybe, we'll say. Freshman, sophomore year of high school. This is pretty deep stuff. I started getting migraines when I was like a sophomore, but I never thought anything like this. Do you know what I mean? Like he says a lot. So we'll see how many we get through with these. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm gonna put the link again in the chat if you guys want to become a member. Also, if you are feeling generous tonight and you want to tip out your server, I'm gonna put my Cash App and my PayPal in there as well. So this is going to start on November 1st, 2009, and this is his first post. And it says, it is as if the static gets brighter. And he's writing in the original visual snow or static forum. And this is in Tapatalk. Before we get started, if you guys don't know what it is, it's just basically like discussion forums that you can go into, kind of like a Reddit. That's what it's reminded me of, that you can go into and just kind of like give your thoughts, and then other people can comment and give their thoughts on what you're going through. So it says, it is as if the static gets bright after looking into a light and adjusting to darkness. I can't see in the dark because of this. Do you ever see these random dots of light in your vision? Do you seem to see the VS make stuff blurry, the visual snow, make stuff blurry / hard to see even with visual correction? Are your eyes sensitive to light? Did this happen after a migraine? Does this ever make you feel less aware? Do you have tinnitus? Tinnitus? Let me see what it says. Okay, I can't. Yep. Let me see if I can look it up. I thought it was like tinnitus. Tinnitus. Sorry. Do you feel like you can't see because the severity? Does it get better from healthy living? Does the VS get bright after working out? Does it sometimes go away completely, mostly, and come back after, though? See, he doesn't have this. Did you come to think this is mental disorder from migraine sufferers? Am I the only one who has had a hard time seeing faces because the VS? Do you sometimes have the ability to see everything clear like I do? Does time go fast? Do you take the time to feel good/relaxed? Do you feel hopeless? After looking at a bright light, do you see a lot of dots that are rainbow? Well, no one can look at a bright light and not see little dots afterwards. Usually you do. Hey, Denise, welcome in. Hey, Pet Mama, too. So it says, major question. Can migraine auroras cause this? I know that the visual sensitivity to light had to do with it, but after the migraine meds, is it possible this will disappear after a while? I am 15 in 21 days and don't want to wish I'm dead because of this horrible thing. So he was 14? Oh my gosh, that's so young. Other questions. Do you ever feel like you can't see something though you can? Do you think this stuff I'm talking about with not being able to see well in the dark has to do with my eyes retaining light? Do you think that I can't see faces clearly sometimes because there is too much glare from the light sensitivity? And he says, I know sometimes it is gone. Any recommended diets? Can someone with severe, I think, VS like me, please tell me how I can succeed in life with this? I don't know what this means. It was like an image. Oh, it's not there anymore. Darn it. Okay. Do you feel depersonalized? Do you see a fingerprint in your closed-eyed vision? Okay. And then, so this person that wrote back, you are not alone. Let me see. I think that's this person here, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's this person. It is as if the static gets bright after looking into a light and adjusting to darkness. I can't see in the dark because of this. I don't know what you mean. So he's like answering the question. So, do you ever see these random dots of light in your vision? Yes, in the center of my vision, I see purple/pink dots. Not sure if that's the same as what you mean. Next question was, do you seem to see the VS make stuff blurry/hard to see even with visual correction? And he said only in the dark, or she or he. Are you sensitive to light? I think a little whenever I go outside and it's light. I squint the whole time. Did this happen after a migraine? I don't get migraines. It's like it's almost like his survey. You know, he's asking these questions and somebody's like giving him all the answers that they have. Like, it's very weird, you know? It's very reminiscent of like his survey. Does this ever make you feel less aware? The sensitivity to light? No. Do you have tinnitus? Yes. Do you feel like you can't see because of the severity? No. Does it get better from healthy living? No. Does the VS get bright after working out? I haven't noticed it. Does it sometimes go away completely/mostly and come back after though? No, but if it almost goes away for you sometimes, this is a good sign that it can be controlled a little bit. And then he says, did you come to think that this is a mental disorder for migraine sufferers? And the person put, I don't have migraines and I know it's not a mental disorder. For some people, it fluctuates greatly with their anxiety and goes away if they are not anxious for long enough. But for some people, this isn't the case, especially if they have other symptoms that go along with it. Even though a lot of us have other mental health issues, anxiety and depression, VS is not a mental disorder. Well, you just said it went away sometimes. So I don't think you have VS there, buddy, because we just read that it doesn't go away. Am I the only one who has had a hard time seeing faces because of the VS? And this person says, I don't, but my VS isn't severe compared to my other symptoms. Brian wrote, do you sometimes have the ability to see everything clear like I do? And he said, at night, a little bit. Does time go fast? No. Do you take the time to feel good/relaxed? And he said, yep. Do you feel hopeless? I used to a lot. This is a symptom of depression. After looking at a bright light, do you see a lot of dots that are rainbow? I see a lot of pinkish/purple dots. Major question. This is from Bryan Kohberger. This is one we read. Can migraine or worse cause this? I know that visual sensitivity to light had to do with it, but after the migraine meds, is it possible that this will disappear after a while? I am 15 and 21 days and don't want to wish I'm dead because of this horrible thing. And the person that was answering the questions, but some people see some improvement with migraine meds, some don't. I hope you do, but in the meantime, I hope you can learn to feel less depressed about it. It is possible. And then the other questions Bryan put says, do you ever feel like you can't see something though you can? And the person answering says, I think so, but I'm not sure it's exactly what you're talking about. It's like you are looking directly at something and you see it, but you really aren't registering it. I feel that way sometimes. Bryan put, do you think the stuff I'm talking about will not be able to see well in the dark has to do with my eyes retaining light? And he put, I don't know. He's not a doctor. Do you think that I can't see faces clearly sometimes because there's too much glare from this light sensitivity? I don't know. Any recommended diets? So far, nothing has changed for me, but if you check out the what has worked, I think that's what it's called thread. There are probably some tips in there on what to eat. I wonder if somebody told him here, like vegan diet or something, Can someone with severe VS like me please tell me how I can succeed in life with this? My actual visual snow is not severe, so I'm not going through exactly what you are, but I experience a lot of other strange phenomena. I mentioned a lot in my original post. And not only my sense of sight, but my sense of hearing and my sense of touch. I understand your feelings of desperation. At times, these things have almost ruled my life. So far, I have not found any cause or any treatment that has brought me any relief. I get worse and worse over time, but I can see that for right now, at least, I am pretty happy and not suffering because of them. I had to decide not to let it make me suffer. I thought it was impossible and it was very slow, gradual process, but it happened with a smiley face. I don't think about them every other second, so I don't notice them. So they rarely bother me anymore, even though the symptoms aren't getting better, aren't any better. I just hope that I don't slip back into my old thinking patterns. See, this person's like talking about thinking patterns. I don't know. I don't think they have the visual snow, personally. And welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button. It really does help the channel. And you guys are awesome when you do that. You guys always do it. You guys always never fail to amaze me. Do you feel depersonalized? And he put occasionally. Do you see a fingerprint in your closed-eyed vision? I don't know what you mean. Sorry, with a face with a tongue sticking out. And this person wrote back. How many people wrote back after this? I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. Okay. I think we're just going to read Bryan's things, but let me see. I'm going to see if he writes back to any of these people. Because if he does, then he doesn't write back. He just, okay. We got to go back one more, I think. Okay. Yeah. So then, the next post that he posts is on November 6th, 2009. And this is him right here, if you guys aren't aware. XR, those with visual snow. I think the XR thing was like that was like something to do with his rap, wasn't it? Like his rap name or something. But he joined on November 1st. Last active, what did it say? Last active November 20th, 2012. So on November 6th, 2009. So just think he's still 14 years old. What is this? I keep waking up with severe visual snow as all I can see, and it every time it goes away slightly, but now it just is sort of the same. All I can see is after images and VS what the F, WTF. This is making vision worse. This can't just keep up without a medical reason, ! Now I wonder if he was going to see a doctor at this time. or what? So he wrote back to this person and says, well, obviously there's a medical reason. We just don't know what it is. How long did it mostly took to go away when you woke up? Hours or minutes or seconds? Usually like 30 seconds. It got better now from that. So it took like 4 hours this time. And that was the only one he commented to. So, okay. He's saying it goes away and it comes back. It wouldn't be visual snow if according to what we read, is correct. And he put on November 6th, the night makes me feel just bored for some odd reason. The visual snow doesn't do shit, but I do wake up in the middle of the night, though. That is not really new. So, nope. Oh, was he like, he might have been replying back. I guess we could keep going down. Is this, or wait, which way are we going? Maybe if we go this way, it'll keep. November 6th. Nope. Okay. So then his sleep pattern says, that's what we just read. Sorry. And then it says, this is the one we just read too. Usually like 30 seconds. It got better now from that. So it took more like 4 hours this time. There has to be a way we could just keep like going through these. I guess not. Sometimes, so it says sometimes this is November 6th, newly, so it will probably increase in my peripheral vision, mostly left. It seems to flicker. Something major is wrong with me. I don't think it's visual snow that's wrong with you. I mean, I'm not saying like, it seems we're going to see it. It seems like depression, anxiety, maybe some of that kind of stuff. Okay, so right here it says, it seems to be in my left eye peripheral, flickering like when you look at the sky, but it is ignorable. I thought I was going to lose the vision, but not. It's just the flickering. Laugh out loud. And then he put, when you look up at the sky and it's severe, do you ever experience that in your peripheral vision? I noticed it and thought I had some light in the vision, but it was just the snow flickering like usual. That was November 7th. November 8th, he wrote, it is 24/7, but I feel like it is deteriorating my peripheral vision. Exclamation mark. It started after I woke up with severe VS. I think that maybe there is a pill that will at least stop the stupid side effect or the stupid side VS. It is almost like there is a film with like a black shade with a flickering over my eye. And it is not even there in my right eye peripheral. I think that's what it's supposed to mean. Please help, because this is not just VS. It is like a flickering black bit. Like when you look at the sky, I was forgetting about it and not worried, but now it's new. So WTF. And people were asking, did you see an ophthalmologist? And he hasn't wrote nothing. He didn't write back. He don't want the help. Okay. So then it says November 9th, 2009. I feel like we're going back so far. 2009. On the left side of your peripheral vision, there is like a point where you pass something and it gets deformed slightly as if something flickers over it. I can feel this somehow in my eye, but I will be seeing a neurologist in 4 days. And since I saw an eye doctor a month ago and no eye condition develops like that, don't tell me to see one. Yes, I saw an ophthalmologist and an optometrist, or WE. So why does he say eye doctor? One eye, like meaning one? Because if you go to an ophthalmologist and optometrist, those are two different doctors. Kind of an asshole there, right? And don't tell me to see one. Okie dokie. It could be just that you're what did they say? It could be that you are just aware of your blind spot. Everyone has one. I can see mine, but my husband can't see his, so I guess it depends on how special you are. Do an internet search on blind spots and see if that is what you're asking. And he never wrote her back because he was, like, not happy with that, you know? Didn't want that response. Okay. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. So September 23rd, 2010, he leaves for a little while, comes back. I can't remember anything recent or anything from childhood. I used to be able to remember everything from my childhood and everything every day for a month before me. Now I am just a blank soul living in the now. What hurts the most is knowing that every time I try to remember things from the past, I can't, and my mind is so hung up with VS, all the migraine VS effects, mentally the buzzing in my ear, that I can't even focus on that. I got it September 21st of last year. And ever since then, I have been depressed. I can't remember anything at all. And I have always had this horrible pressure in my head. My mind is never not on visual snow, and I will always wonder what a normal person would be doing while I sit there and suffer. This whole thing has made me crazy. I feel like my life is pointless because people can think about times with parents/childhood memories and be happy, and I won't be able to. So at this point, he's 15, getting ready to go turn 16 soon. Okay, so then, oops, sorry. I don't know why it keeps jumping like that. Probably because I'm going back and forth. It says January 5th, 2011. So he would be, what, 16? I believe it was the anxiety that caused this for you. Same thing happened to me. So is he saying, like, caused the visual snow? Oh, let's see if he writes. Nope, he doesn't write back. He doesn't like to write back. Okay. I have had VS since September 21st of 2009. Since then, I have changed mainly from the anxiety and sense of derealization and hopelessness. Today, I felt a deep heartbeat in my head, one that felt through my eyes and all over my head. I get this a lot, but never think about it. At times when I lay down and then I get up for something, I get this feeling in my head that is weird, and then I see this bright white version of VS. I also feel the beat. My theory is that VS seems to be migraine related, but in reality, it's just a weird thing that occurs for some people where the arteries and blood vessels in one's head are inflamed for a large amount of time. I am sure no MRI would pick up slight inflammation from the veins/arteries that pump through our heads. I always have this weird feeling in my head, and to me, it feels like something inflamed in my head. We need to try to figure out a way to stop the inflammation. I think that anxiety causes VS. Why do you think migraine pills don't work for VS? Obviously, because we don't have inflamed parts of our brain. We have inflamed blood vessels/veins, whatever you want to call them. Kohberger, I think you're getting a little conspiratorial here, but let's read on. Because, I mean, personally, I don't think the dude had VS. If he did, they need to start talking about that in court, you know? Maybe, maybe, Bill Thompson can bring it up, you know? Like, hey, remember that VS you had, that visual snow? Let's talk about that. You know? You never know. Okay. Let's go back and this. Okay, yeah, we read that. Okay. I am going to talk to a good neurologist about this, one that is very open-minded. Why would you need an open-minded doctor if if you know what your problem is and they can prove it? Like, you don't do that. Um, I think this is really I think this really is the cause. And to rainy days, yes, when I exert myself, I get the pulse vision too. And other topics, people have said they felt weird feeling in their jaw/chest with no explanation. While it might be the arteries being inflamed, it could hurt very bad. This seriously could be an issue that is undiagnosed. I wonder if his parents knew about this. Like, like really. I believe it has I believe it to have its nerve roots as well as its vein roots/arteries. It seems that this disease we all have is some type of inflammatory disease. In this case, it would be easily treatable. Instead of going to school for criminal justice, why didn't you go to school to be a doctor and try to figure out what visual snow was? I mean, it could have helped, people. And then January 18th, 2011, honestly, the test would not pick up inflammation of little veins. They could detect an artery, though, but not always. It is really diagnosed by inflamed veins/arteries. And if you have these symptoms, then you know you have the disease. When I got an optical test done on me, it was shown that my nerves and veins were inflamed for no reason. No, Kohlbergs. You just said that you went to the doctor and there was no signs and nothing wrong with you. You guys heard me read that, right? He said, "Don't tell me to go to ophthalmologist or an optometrist because I already went to them. And there was nothing wrong." Well, hello. You're a liar. You're a liar, Coberger. When I got an optical test done on me, it says, it was shown that my nerves and veins were inflamed for no reason. That could be as simple as you're anxious, your blood pressure's up. They look at behind my eyeball all the time. They take it out. They look behind it. Sometimes it's a little redder than usual because I'm a little more stressed. But so my tissue gets a little red, causing something that looked like an optic neuritis, but wasn't. It is a tricky disease. How can you explain the fact that all of us can feel the heartbeats all over our bodies and it's only people who suffer from VS? It is not irony. It is simply that we all have a condition as far as I'm concerned. I think he's a little conspiratorial. Like, completely agree, like with the sloth. Like, why does this person look familiar? Do we know this person? Matt, you look familiar. I'm not to think about that. I don't know why, but that guy looks familiar. Do I know him? Okay. It says, well, any damage to this part of the brain will show up in an MRI. No damage with mine. So no damage with his brain. Well, any damage to this part of the brain will show up in an MRI. No damage with mine. So when did the autism come? Because they're saying that they did screenings on his head and that's how they figured it out. So no damage. Huh. No damage. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's great to know. Where's Bill Thompson? You need this, Bill Thompson? Probably should get this. I don't know if I don't know if he's looked at these, but I'm sure he has. So it says here, visual snow is caused by toxins in our body. These toxins range from yeast overgrowth. Where did you get this? All the way to fungus. Check out the link for Candida. It has almost every VS symptom except the term VS. It says migraines, which are the same thing as VS in my experience. They go hand in hand. No, they don't. Migraines and visual snow do not go hand in hand. I get severe migraines. I have to go have Botox done every 3 months because they're so bad. I get them way over 15 times a month. More than half the month, I mean, I would be suffering. That is, I don't have any visual snow. So tell me how every test known to man cannot show what's wrong with us. We just see stuff. The truth is, there is no test for our toxins. We just need to rid ourselves of them. Visual snow can also be caused by chemical changes. Yeah, and he's changing chemically right now. He's going through puberty. He was what, 14 when he started these? Now he's 16. I experienced visual snow for the first time when I was just waking up. It went away for 2 weeks, and then I went back to drinking coffee and going on the PC all day, and it came back. That damn coffee and computer. It'll get you every time. I believe I caused my visual snow by too much toxins from the sweetener I used. And I also too much caffeine chemicals. Oh, yeah. I also lived in a moldy house. That means his parents' house is moldy. He'd still be living there at this age. I also lived in a moldy house. When something is happening in your brain that shouldn't, chemicals are being released that shouldn't. These chemicals are released because we have toxins that our body doesn't want. It is going haywire. If there is no cause of our body releasing chemicals like a simple condition, then this is obviously the answer. This detox diet has been used to cure many diseases and reduce the effects of cancer and diabetes greatly. My friend went from 8 shots to 1 shot of insulin. He stopped, but he could have continued it even more. How to do the diet, and then he puts right here. Can we open this? Oh my gosh, we can. It says, go to the doctor for a detox. They rip you off. Don't go to the doctor for a detox. They rip you off. We're lucky as people with VS. I have had all the tests done. All the tests done. Sorry. My neurotransmitters are fine. My brain is healthy. It's just toxins. Video to watch that explains reality. I can't. Their website can't be reached. But this can. It's called Getting Started with the Kaufman Diet.
The following program, Know the Cause, is paid for by Mediatrition Incorporated.
We now all know, thanks to almost 26 years on the air of this show, that antibiotics are mycotoxins. Save lives, many lives, but I have to be concerned, folks, with new research. This research is done on mice. Do antibiotics induce diabetes? In mice, antibiotics like your pediatrician would give you. Part 1 is just that. The second part is of what relevance.
What? The Center for what has been instructing us for years to think fungus when we have health problems? Learn about how fungus can be linked to these items. Cancer, digestive disorder, diabetes, prostate health. What really causes dementia? What? RIP FDA approved Alzheimer's drug? What in the world? The Kaufman diet. You can get recipes and articles, and you can, oh my, that's scary. Oh wait, that's what it was, the know the cause. I couldn't get the other one to open. Dagnabbit. I wish I could get the other one to open. Like, that guy was like there to make some money, wasn't he? That's basically the paleo diet. It says, no, there are certain things you can't eat on it that you probably ate. Trust me, you didn't. It isn't a paleo diet. I will find out the exact diet plan soon. My friend has it printed. I lost the sheet. Look at this. Oh, wait, I can't show you this like big enough. But it's a knife in somebody's head. The emoji he used. Okay, I might have to take myself off the screen. Because for some reason, y'all make me nervous and I can't ever get stuff to blow up whenever you're on the screen. So hold on. Where were we? Right here. Okay, whoops. Need to make it bigger. Sometimes it's just my fingers. Okay, that might be as big as I can make it. Yeah, that's as big as I can make it. But look at this. Hold on, let me put it on the right thing. Coberger? You all right there, bruh? I mean, okay. It's like, that's what you, okay. Didn't even know that was an emoji. Don't ever remember seeing that emoji before ever in my life, but okay. It says no, it's a detox diet. Does he yell about that too? I have had athlete's foot in VS for as long as I can remember. What the athlete's foot always stays dormant and outbreaks very rarely. Since athlete's foot is a fungus, could that be the cause of my VS? I hope you're right. And if you are, I love you. What? Well, your foot fungus and visual snow are both caused by toxins, fungus yeast. I have been tested for everything. I went to the doctor and he said that everything I had was migraines, which is basically your brain reacting to some type of chemical change. Thus, it acts haywire. What causes the migraines? Toxins. I have some amazing sources. I know people who have experimented with this thing as much as possible. This is the cure. My migraines come from banging my head around a car a bunch of times there, Coberger. So, you know, there's a printout my friend has. I will get that and photocopy it and put it on the internet for you to see. I'll get it by tomorrow, he says. So he has a couple friends there he's talking to. Okay, now we got to go to page 10. Oh, now it's going to verify me. Okay. Page 10. And then we go down to the bottom because that's where it starts. Okay, so April 21st, 2011. And then we've read that one before. Okay, we didn't read this one. So this is from November 21st, 2011. Let me fix my little iPad here. And let me fix the chat so I can see it a little better. Hey, DM. Oh, we're talking about headaches and you're going to bed with one. Look at that. I'm sorry you have a headache. I hope you feel better once you get laying down. Oh, Michael, you didn't know coffee? Yeah, no, coffee does kill people. Actually, coffee saves lives. I think I had a shirt that said that one time. Did I have a shirt that says that? Coffee saves lives? I don't even know. I think I did. I think I might still have it. I don't know. I've had a lot of weird shirts before. He says here, April 21st, 2011. So what, 16? If I look as far left with my eyes as I can see without moving my head, I see a little silver flash. Sorry. If I move my head, it's worse. If I look at to the far right with my eyes, I will get a black germ looking thing that turns bright yellow if I move my head. Does anyone have this? Also, if I squint my left eye and blink, this blackish thing is near the center of my vision. Is it your eyelashes? Is it your eyebrows? Are they blocking your vision? And then we read that. Oh, wait, do we read all these? Oh, wait, no, not this one. He says, off for tonight. See ya. It wouldn't kill the toxins, though, Tranquility. You need to do the diet. Okay. Okay. At first, I always felt disconnected and not there. My reading also became difficult because it's as if I look through words. It's weird, like I can't see them the right way. That got less than I read, way above average, so I'm okay with VS. I think deeper. I am a smart person. Anxiety makes you dumb. in my opinion, not VS. And it says here, it hasn't affected my intelligence at all. I have not been able to spell the same way I used to be a spelling bee champion. Now it's just average. Okay, so you just what? You just what? Okay, he said, it hasn't affected my intelligence at all. But then he says, I have not been able to spell the same way I used to be a spelling bee champion. Make up your mind, Kohberger. Coberger. Kalberg. Okay, so then this is the next one. Because some of them like are double or like they're in, we read them already. So that's why it takes me a second to get to them. So it says here, April 22nd, 2011. Well, I am saying I sat in front of the PC and got unhealthy while drinking things that contain toxins. Candidia? What is that? I don't even know how to say that. We're going to see what it says.
Candida.
Candida? What's Candida? A yeast-like parasitic fungus that can sometimes cause thrush. Okay. Is not the only thing I'm talking about. Toxins are not alive, but they are in your body. That is all I'm saying. Something in your body is not supposed to be there, hence unwanted results. And then it says this kind of looks like an advertisement, and he put what's to lose. And then, yep, more power to the people that try this, but I don't feel like this spending time on something that has little to no evidence. And then he put this up. What's this? Okay, won't let me go to it. This book contains phase 1 and 2 of the diets. I want to know what this diet is. I would do it. If I can get this to open, then I would do it. Like, can we do open? Yeah, it won't let me go to that link. Okay, that makes me mad. Yeast and fungus are fed by sugar and starch. By not eating these things, your body will kill off all the things that your body doesn't need. Okay, so no sugar, no starch. Yeah, right. Okay, I quit the diet already. As a matter of fact, for the first week, you will start getting sick with a fever. This is proof that the diet is kicking it. You will feel better within a couple of weeks. What is to lose? There's a lot to lose. If you start throwing up and you have a fever for every day for a freaking week, that's a friggin' problem, Kohberger. The reason I say this is also because my doctor put me on every medication and it made me crazy and made my VS not even improved. I care about everyone here. I wouldn't tell you something unless I knew it was for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Please post back the diet. I would be willing to try this. See this guy? He's feeling Kohberger. It wouldn't kill all the toxins though. Tranquility. You need to do that. You need to do the diet. Okay, we read that part already. So, what's to lose? It hasn't affected my intelligence at all. Oh yeah, we read that. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna get through all these tonight. Okay. I know this one we got. Okay. We read this, right? Yeah, we did. We read that. Okay, we read that one. Put me on every medication. We read that. Okay. I agree with the blood flow part. I actually made a thread about that before, but what causes this blood flow problem? It is still undiagnosed. In my head, after I exercise, my visual snow increases in intensity, and the vein in my head pumps so hard I feel it. I think our veins are slightly inflamed from toxins. And then this guy is eating it up. So he's replying to, Kohberger's post. It says, do you have bad circulation in your hands and feet? Yeah. In his hands, he'd sure do. He sure do. I notice my visual disturbances tend to flicker and pulsate in time with my heartbeat. The snow is unaffected by this, but I notice a shimmering in time with my heartbeat. I see you've linked the diet to an ebook in which we have to pay $27. If this isn't an advertisement, then please post us the full diet on here. Okay, I'll buy it and post it here. Yeah, I have circulation there too. Mostly in the chest and head though. No, your hand. I'm gonna beg to differ. Okay, your hands have terrible circulation. We saw them; they are purple. They have terrible circulation. I don't believe that's from overwashing your hands. My brother used to be, he still is OCD, extremely OCD. And washing his hands was that was one of his things. And his hands never looked like that. Never, not once. Never, not once in my life did I ever see that. So now he's saying it isn't a scam. I have a whole bunch of people who did this and it worked. Whole bunch of people. I know them in real life. And humans don't need carbs to live, my friend. You won't starve. You really don't understand this. Please don't discourage me. I am not an idiot who falls for a scam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got to go up here a little bit. Okay. I believe the blood vessels are inflamed because of the toxins. The only reason I've had everything tested. And then we read that part about he knows a whole bunch of people. Who do you know? You're 16 years old at this point, Coberger. Okay, so he put, you don't need to buy anything from anyone. This site originally had the diet posted, but it removed it because publicly and possible lawsuits because this is a dangerous diet to do unless you know what you're doing. And then CandidaFree.net does not in any way try to sell you their own products. They try to show you what products to buy. It's their products. Trust me, the cause of VS is fungus, and I will make blogs on this soon. Okay. Oh, you will get the complex carbs on the diet. It is required to eat only certain fruits. And then he put, yes, ethanol. There are certain kinds you can and can't have. Actually, I will be taking, and then he puts his supplements, I guess. Do these open? I think it will. It's just taking a minute. Okay, it's taking forever. Maybe it won't open. We'll see if it opens in a second. So oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, it's not going to open for me. I wish I knew the diet though. I'm going to have to look up their little 30-day diet. So that we can all, know how to do it. What's this? Let's go to the bottom. Actually, we have to go down here, don't we? Because it's, yeah. Okay, so April 22nd, he writes. Actually, then we read that. It says, yes, those sites are wrong, but they give you an idea of stuff you have. In simplicity, a detox diet will fix any fungus or candida problems you have, so you can't say what I'm saying is false. I am doing it, and I will make a vlog, so don't worry. He's going to make a vlog. I wonder where's the vlog? Okay, he says, April 22nd. Okay, I denounce any relation to that site. I just posted it for you to see something that yeast overgrowth does as well as fungus. I will vlog the detox diet and you will see. Okay. And then he puts, I have the same exact thing. I actually have those and something else now. It seems like there are 3 silver circles when I move my left eye to the far right. And if I loom far left, I see one close to the end and one on the end. Weird shit, man. I don't know what you have, but you needed to go to the doctor. This was not visual snow. On April 22nd, he put, yes, everyone I know noticed VS when I told them about it. They always had a slight little dots, but not nearly as noticeable. I also noticed it as little dots as a child. Maybe our brains don't filter out our VS and it gets out of hand. Ever notice if you don't do things that stimulate your brain and you relax, your VS isn't as noticeable? Good thinking. Good thought. Good thinking there, buddy. It says, it started for me and I never took medication before or used a drug. I'm going to say he was 16 at this time. I'm going to say you probably lying about that. And then it says Xanax with a question mark. All over on YouTube, I am seeing comments that Xanax cures VS. Okay. So do you think maybe that's what started his maybe he started with Xanax? You know what I mean? Maybe that was his medication of choice at first. 2 blue circles. It says, yes, I didn't know anyone had what I had either. LOL. For me, the silver flash circles on the far left have been there since the beginning almost, but to the far right, it developed over summer. And this is April 23rd, 2011. So same date. It says, I know the cause / cure of visual snow. And then he puts on the same date, okay, I know that something as Xanax is not a detox diet. I was just curious. Well, yeah, it's not. That's definitely not a detox diet, buddy. And then he says, I see that too. I actually saw the Northern Lights thing before I had VS. I am thinking that VS really, if just in our blood, and it is how we are. I don't mind it anymore. It is actually a gift to see something no one else can. Okay. Okay. It's a gift now. Hey, baby girl, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody that I didn't see. It's good to see everybody in here. Thanks for coming and listening to Bryan Kohberger's BS tonight. I'm glad we went over the visual snow stuff beforehand because I'm like, nope, that's not right. It's a gift to see something no one else can see. That is not a gift. Visual snow is not a gift. You are seeing static in front of your, oh my gosh, you're just Kohberger. Oh, Kohberger. Oh, Kohberger. That's all I can say. Well, I don't sleep at night with a nightlight and maybe it won't happen anymore. Well, okay. Well, don't sleep with a nightlight. That's what he said. He says, why are you so spiteful about this diet that can possibly help you? Someone doesn't want to do his diet. Yes, I'm buying the book and I will talk about the diet and even print out the list of foods and whatnot. Thank you for being open-minded, which isn't hard to do when you have something as odd as VS. And then he says, on April 24th, show him this site, tell him that there is such things as undiagnosed conditions. You're not a doctor. Same date. It seems to have relation the angle your eyes are at. For me, it doesn't happen a lot, but only for split seconds at certain angles. See, that's not visual snow. Visual snow doesn't go away and it's there all the time. There have been success stories where people don't have VS anymore. But if it is permanent, how will be come to terms with it? Edit, I know it isn't permanent, guys. I am just wondering, it seems I have pondered that thought every day of my life with VS. Is visual snow? Yes. Visual snow is generally considered a permanent condition, although symptoms may vary in severity and impact over time. While there's no cure, research is ongoing to understand the condition and develop effective treatments. So, Coberger, why are you lying on the Tapatalk? Okay, whatever. Seeing psychologist tomorrow. Advice needed. I sure as hell am, but that is nothing new, man. I have always been one until I got VS, and then I pretty much tough when it comes to that. Just let him do his job, I guess. Ha ha. Answer honestly because you are what you are. Okay. Did you write any more? Nope. And then it says, see yourself even. Okay. So this, okay. What you are, see yourself even said you have mental disturbances. I think the lot of us have some emotional damage because of what we have. It tough and scary. You lived in the Poconos. in a gated community. But one day this won't affect you. For a while, some symptoms will get worse, but it will halt like a year into it. No, it doesn't. And the VS never gets that worse after like a month into it. I believe my detox therapy and I'm confident it will work. Don't let the guy put you on meds because that will ruin it. Trust me. Is this how we get to Coberger? We write him in jail and tell him that he's a big fat liar? You've been lying since you were 16? Visual snow does not come and go? Oh my gosh, Bryan Kohberger. And then it says here, how am I not living up to my word? There is something called shipping and handling, and I already said I would buy it. And that was April 25th. April 25th, he says here, let me see. Oh, okay. I've been on this before too, so let's just see here. I saw Wellbutrin, so it says right here, let me see, is this him? How I don't live north. Okay. I read that. Okay. It says, okay, so I think my visual problems have gotten worse and starting to take Wellbutrin and a sleeping med. Will this diet help me, or will people who have the yeast problems? He put, yes, if it got worse due to a medication and there's a chemical imbalance due to them. If you do the diet, it will remove the trace of it, thus leading to chemical balance. Sweet, hook me up. That's what someone says. Where can I go to get pretty much a meal plan for dummies? The book is like $25, even on Amazon and eBay. And then this person's mad because he has to like wait for the book. Okay. And then, yes, the depersonalization happened when I withdrew from Topamate or Topamax. The visual snow got a little worse, I think. Just chill. It will be normal in a little. Okay. Just chill, man. Just chill. I don't know why it's jumping around like that. Sorry if it's getting on your nerves. And to everyone, given this a chance, thank you. I have been thinking in depth nonstop for 1.5 years about VS causes and cures. And like I said, Matt, it does hit home. Like, you are 16. What do you mean? Okay. We read that. Huh. Releasing a rap song for everyone with VS. So I guess that's what the rap song's about. Visual snow. I would play it for you guys, but they copyright struck me last time. I want to express our struggles through rap. I think people should know. Koberger. Oh, Koberger. Well, I never took any medicine at all, and I got VS, but meds definitely triggered verse outburst. And then he put on April 25th, 2011, you can kill Candida with this, but not all the toxins. So I recommend trying the detox. I will post something like this soon. And then he says, here, I can offer, he like reads this and then he puts, yes, I know completely what you're talking about. I am not talking about the Candida diet from CandidaFree.com, but that's the one he's talking about. But I am talking about the George Kaufman diet from knowthecause.com. I will be posting it soon. Like I said, wait, hold on. This is a different website. So now he's not doing he was doing that one. We just looked it up. Or no, wait, maybe it is Know the Cause. Because Know the Cause, that is the one we looked up. But wasn't Candida that not one we looked up too? Let me see. No, this is different. Okay. So he wasn't with that. He was with the run. Yeah. Okay. So I'm wrong. Okay. But man, I swear he was talking about that one though. But he wasn't. So let's go back and see where we were. Okay. Right here, I think. No, that's one we're just on. So he says, yes, any toxin like fungus, candida, etc. I recommend getting rid of it all at once. Okay, he's a doctor. We got a doctor here. It says diets and oh, this isn't him. Okay, we have to follow this exact diet. You can't do any diet. Please try this. Wow. Like, try what though? I want to know what the diet is. So then he says, all of this is all toxins, not just candida. And that was it. Okay. I could have went to Philly for this. And that was April 27th. Anything that makes our brain chemistry more messed up is not good. April 27th, 2011. And just think he's going to be on drugs here soon. I know the reason this is happening because, oh, click on it. Happening is because chemical imbalance caused by something. Your chemicals don't just get unbalanced. This is why I am doing this diet. This isn't an ad. Right. Sure, we're just on because okay. I was trying to see which one I think it's that one. Never says Xanax was the cure. I just wanted to know if it actually helped people. Okay, I will do this diet. I just wanted you guys to understand this before I started it. It's like no one's pressuring him to do this, but he just keeps saying, I'm going to do this diet. And everyone's like, crickets. You know, like really, crickets. And then it says, I have become very deep and determined on goals. It made me smarter. And it says, I feel absolutely horrible. And he says, don't ever give up. These pills cause bad outbursts because your VS is related to chemical imbalances. Pills imbalance your brain. Don't make something that's already imbalanced more imbalanced. And then he put, well, according to my theory, antibiotics are a toxin. Adding to your list of toxins is going to make it worse. This proves my theory right here. And then he put here, yeah, but a lot of people I know have a minor VS. I remember when I had minor VS and it didn't faze me at all. They don't understand. No, you don't have VS, Bryan Kohberger. It says, help me, please, morning changes. If it is VS related, so I would say going to the ER could be pointless. In time, it will fade. If not, go to the ER. And then this was on April 30th. And then he posted, yeah, I never thought it normal, but I didn't think it was abnormal really because of all the tests I ever had came back good. And he says, I didn't buy the book yet. It's been rough lately. I guess that $25. I mean, he's 16. Where's he going to get the money? His dad, I mean, he's probably going to ask his mom and dad for the money. They're going to say, well, what's it for? And he's going to say this weird ass diet on YouTube I want to get my friends involved in that aren't even my friends. They're just these weirdos online that are saying that they think they have visual snow and they don't. No one has it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Depersonalization, I guess, right here in the making. So I know the cause and cure of visual snow. And then he put, well, if you were to actually spell my name right, I would take this post seriously. Look at my history. You will see I posted here a while back with some similar questions that you guys came up with. I am a VS vet. Don't even tell me I don't understand this. For one, VS seems like a false disease, so no salesman would even take this seriously. Okay. I even said in my previous thread that this is possible, something inflaming them. I don't know what it is, but I am not going to dare post it in here. I really believe this. I really believe in this diet, but I sparked the interest in many people so much for Omega to even post a thread about the Canada diet. So I guess I am not falling, or I'm not failing my purpose. My friend's uncle is giving me the diet list soon. It's just been busy. So now it's his friend's uncle that's giving him the list. I work too, you know. The diet is specific and you can eat certain foods only. So I will help you guys out. I am getting the information. And then someone said, you spark people's interest like you knew the cure, not because you came up with something so brilliant. If you had the title to say a diet that might help, you would have got very little interest. The only reason you got this interest is because you lied. You lied that you knew the cause and cure and have not delivered anything. I am not being harsh, but this thread is absolutely ridiculous. That's how they spelled it. This is going nowhere. Nothing positive is coming from this. Only argument. Can moderators please close this? Someone's mad at him. Someone is mad at him. Okay. I wouldn't fall for a scam. That's the difference between me and you. Everyone on here except you and Matt. Oh, you don't like him and Matt. Damn, now we never know the cause and cure of VS. You will know soon. What? Okay. I don't know why it won't let me click on that one, but oh, maybe right here. Oh, someone said, okay. I don't think it'll load these. It makes me mad. I wanted to see the images. I want to see the images. Okay. Which way am I going here? Okay. 3. So we have 3 more to go. I always feel as if I'm there. Okay, I'm sorry. I always feel as if I'm not there, completely depersonalized. Mentally, I experience fog, lack of comprehension at sometimes. Feels like my life is a movie, depersonalization, depression, no interest in activity, constant thought of suicide, crazy thoughts, delusions of grandeur, anxiety, poor self-image, poor social skills, no emotion. I feel like nothing has a point to it. When I get home, I am really mean to my family. This started when VS did. I felt no emotion, and along with the depersonalization, I can say and do whatever I want with little remorse. I can say and do whatever I want with little remorse. Everyone hates me pretty much. I am an asshole. Well, can't argue with that. Palinopecia is the least of my worries. I took Topamate before and it just made me insane. I broke my table for no reason. Seriously. LOL. I never really cared about after images since I have developed them at age 9 and they got intense. Okay, so he broke a table. So we know that probably didn't go over well with his parents, you know. I mean, I'm sure they probably had an argument about that. It says, am I the only one? It says, thanks a lot, guys. That helped me a lot. I wasn't sure if I was the only normal, if it was normal to have depersonalization to my extent, but it is. I will not pursue happiness and do what makes me happy. I think he meant I will pursue happiness. Then it says, does it weed and will it affect me? If you're worried about the VS, it will get worse. And even if it does, it gets better. He's like saying one thing and then saying the next. Like, okay. If you're worried about the visual snow, it will get worse. And even if it does, it gets better. I will say no, it makes it worse. I'm just, this guy's killing me here. Sorry, I needed my sugar because we be having carbs and sugar over here. Sorry, Coberger. My pupils were going crazy. I could barely look at light. I felt like a film over my vision and it got sensitive to light. It's like the film made stuff fade out, but not completely. Ever happened to you guys? It also looked to be like a whitish shade circle in my vision, outlining the light that I saw in my vision. This is still going on now, sort of. Okay. ECT, it says, hey, it looks like your doctor's insane. Come on. The man suggested blocking out your optic nerve. Turn your back on this guy, seriously. It sounds like you are on a mind-altering medication, need help. When I was on Topamax, I did crazy shit that I should have died from. Oh my God, it's Topamax. You wuss. Well, it seems whenever we eat unhealthy things, our symptoms worsen, mostly mental symptoms. Like for me, my tinnitus and snow increase when I eat junk. I think it's related to a chemical imbalance because our vessels are going haywire for some reason, and the fact food influences it may mean something. Well, it's because you never give your body sugar, and then you give your body sugar, and it's like, whoa, what is this? That's what that is. Also, changes in blood pressure will obviously release chemicals and signals in order to get it back on track, thus interfering with our chemicals even more, thus an increase in VS. Your blood vessels can't just be irritated for the sake of being irritated. As you said, migraines and VS are both almost identical. It is proven doing a detox diet takes migraines away. It removes the source that causes the chemicals and signals to the brain to go insane. Blood flow is influenced by these, thus preventing the blood vessels in the visual cortex from getting irritated. You be looking up stuff, huh? Bill, I can't even say that. Ginkgo biloba worked for me a little. I can't even say it right. I actually came up with a theory all by myself that it was the blood flow related, and apparently a lot of you did too, but I think the only way to solve the problem is to find the source. I might try an anti-inflammatory soon. I am pledging loyalty to this site. It has helped me amazingly. This is May 30th, 2011. Loyalty. He leaves here in a minute. You will be back to normal. You just use ginkgo too much. 40 mils cold be too much for you. Yes, Vulture, same here. Head rush and VS. How come when I get a head rush, my VS gets silver and worse by a lot? We can talk to a specialist about this. I believe VS to have something to do with disturbances in the body that causes these weird blood issues. And then he writes on June 10th, 2011, I feel blank and so generic. I can barely remember my eventful childhood. As I try to think of my childhood, I become upset and into a depressed state. Okay, this one's on. Oh, man. This one's a long one. He decided to give us a book with this one. Hold on one second. This one's going to be good. Tinnitus. Thank you, Ladybug. When I'm reading, I read fast. Like my brain reads faster than my mouth goes. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, if it's a word I'm not used to, I'm just like, I just stumble over it. I just do. I have had this horrible depersonalization go on in my life for almost 2 years. I often find myself making simple human interactions, but it is as if I am playing a role-playing game such as Oblivion. I can see what's going on. I am slightly into it, but I can pause the game and focus on my real life. In this case, my life is the game and my old self can be reached by pausing the game, but how? I often think of things that humans do, things I have done my whole life. I feel like an organic sack of meat with no self-worth. As I'm starting to view everyone as this, everything I have ever done makes no sense. How did things get this way? How am I wearing this shirt, and who decided that humans shall wear shirts like this? Are we all just advanced animals with possessions, or is there more that I can't see? I can't connect. I view everything as I would if I'm playing Oblivion, pointless and full of nothing out of reality. I am moving out of my house. My last holidays were already lived, but where was I? As my family group hugs and celebrates. I am stuck in this void of nothing, feeling completely no emotion, feeling nothing. I feel dirty, like there is dirt inside of my head, my mind. I am always dizzy and confused. I feel no self-worth. I am intelligent, but I feel the opposite. I say things I don't mean. The last holiday in my house, the house I grew up in, the house I once contributed to, the house I once felt at home in is past. As I hug my family, I look into their faces, I see nothing. It is like I am looking into a video game, but less. I feel less than mentally damaged. It is like I have a severe brain damage. I am stuck into the depths of my mind where I have to constantly battle my demons. Am I here or am I fake? I feel myself slipping away. I hear screams faintly, but I constantly battle away from it. What if I let go? Where would I be? Would I ever come back to reality? I try to remember where I originated from, but I can't. I barely remember my childhood. I often fear being 80 years old, alone, and having faint memories of my parents. Everything I missed out on. I think about my father, what a good man he is, how I treat him like dirt because I have this condition and I can't take it. I might spiral out of control and lose myself in the void, and I can't let it all go. All of these regrets I predict for my future self. All of these thoughts of remorse. I got this when I was in my stage of discovery. Now I look in the mirror and I see this sickly, tired, useless, and stupid man in the mirror. He is a complete disgrace. He doesn't even deserve to live. I remember when I was 15, I would wander alone at 2 a.m. Everything was so generic. Nowhere felt like home. I saw things that were not there, a different reality. I felt eerie and alone. I died during those nights. I felt like a criminal. But where was my record? I can't talk without flinching now. I used to be this healthy blonde-haired boy with blue eyes, and in a few years I have darker hair and darker eyes, half the body weight. Where did I leave off? I try to sleep. I try to clear my head, but the pressure won't go away. The pain and depression won't leave. Being me is this horrible disease that I was given. I think of this as I succumb to sleep, but I see a large intensity of black, yellow, white fuzz. It makes my mind fizzle and I can barely keep in the bounds of reality. It is as if the ringing in my ears and the fuzz in my vision is simply all the demons in my head mocking me. I fall asleep, but I wake up quickly to bloody screams. Is any of this here? Am I brain damaged? No. Then why am I like this? I have these thoughts in my head. I search for someone to relate to me. Everyone looks down upon me. No one can relate. As I try to read, suddenly my eyes look right through the words. When I look up, I see blue dots near the center of my vision. When I feel slightly calm, it gets hard to breathe, and I see bright dots in my vision. Nothing I do is enjoyable. I am blank. I have no opinion. I have no emotion. I have nothing. Can you relate? Ooh, can you relate? Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. If you take Plaquenil, you must read this. It's a very rare condition caused by the medication. It is unrelated to visual snow, though. And then he puts on June 6th, 2011. I see like silver balls, visual snow that is exaggerated for like a while. And then he put here, has your vision gotten worse? I went from 2015 to 2020 to 2020 to 2025. So he had over perfect vision because I have 2015. Maybe even worse now. Does degenerate your vision? Okay. And then he puts VS has improved, and this was July 8th, 2011. Remember, he's staying with this site. This is his website. He ain't leaving it. He's down for the site. He's going to rap for him and everything. I randomly got this increase in VS. Then it felt like the pressure was released in the circumstance that I am in light. My VS is not even there and is less visible on a plain wall. Now, I wonder, did he do something on this around this time? Like, did he commit a crime? I'm wondering. To where that, like, maybe he felt like he does have this visual snow, and when he commits a crime or he does something, maybe it simmers it down, and it helps him. Criminals are crazy. So could that be? Now I'm going to be the conspiracy theorist. So now we go to July 8th, 2011. I started treatment for hypothyroidism, and I'm also exercising very heavily and eating a lot of very good stuff. Okay. What we all have seen at one point, and he put, sometimes when we move from a sitting position to a standing one, our visual turns really bright and intense in comparison to the usual. Today I got up and it got so bad that I almost fell and my heart pounded intensely. I couldn't see for that 0.8 seconds completely. Okay. And then I have had this for over 2 years, and I have had it bad in every single way. Not one night have I slept normal since, and I feel like I'm trapped here. I have been able to block it out for a while now, but I realize what is wrong, and it suddenly becomes unbelievable. I am desensitized, and in every way now. People say these are supposed to be the years I enjoy and cherish. Well, I can't say I will cherish these days. You should have cherished them because they're your last ones. I mean, sorry, but yeah. I'm not sorry. I simply don't want to live anymore, he put. And this was December 19th, 2011. So right after his birthday. You feeling the same way makes me feel like someone is there. Thanks for responding to me. And I have taken migraine pills, actually every effective migraine pill on the market, and I ended up overdosing nearly 2 times. Off of those meds, I wouldn't consider doing that again, though. And then he put, I haven't tried it yet. I honestly don't think I could do it. But when I was when I was on a little 5-day trial period, some issues did go away, but that could be because I stopped drinking coffee. Maybe that's why he's the vegan and stuff. And honestly, 21st level, you're a troll in every way. You are just upset about your personal issues and have to be a complete jerk to everyone who looks for hope. Go away. Ooh. He didn't like that person. Is this VS a thing? Visual symptoms from coughing. And this is December 21st, 2011. Yes, I get those as well I used to when I first started working out. Now I don't unless I'm sprinting. Okay. Is this VS thing visual snow from coughing? Yeah, it seems that visual snow actually assimilates to the new things that occur. You just have to train your body to be used to physical pressure, and you'll never see this again when you cough. And then Topamax or sodium valproate. And it says, I went crazy on Topamax. And then he put, I have just accepted my visual snow. Finally, this is February 20th, 2012. Okay. This is his last post. I have just accepted my visual snow. Finally, I don't feel the need to stay away from the forum. Oh, wait. Yeah. It doesn't scare me anymore. Anyone else come to terms? I feel like coming to terms could be a bad thing, though. And that was, someone replied, I am slowly coming to terms with what I have at the moment, but as I'm still new to it, it seems to be getting worse. And I get new strange visual every week. And then the worry and panic starts all over again. I should comment on here and be like, hey, how's that visual snow? Just kidding. And I should have asked you if this was better, like the light or the dark. I did it in the light, or I did the dark version, but I thought maybe it was easier to see that version. Yeah. Yeah, Squeaky. I think she's just trying to get him off the death penalty for right now. And when she's doing that, it makes her sound more like he's more guilty, Yeah, Angie. I think he had a lot of anxiety and depression, and it spiraled. Wow. It's crazy. Okay. Well, we were on here for about an hour and 38 minutes tonight. I have to go early to get my hair done tomorrow, and your girl doesn't want to go. It's crazy expensive. I didn't realize. I guess I should have, but I didn't realize. So I called my sister-in-law today and was like, hey, sister-in-law, I texted her, Facebooked her, but she hasn't wrote me back. Hey, Tumbleweed. I should write her again and be like, Hello. He's trying to get the DP out so he can plead. See, I don't know. I think that if there was going to be a plea deal, it would have already been done. He might try. I mean, Bryan might get closer to trial and be like, oh, I don't want to do this, kind of thing. But I don't know. I think he's just going to ride this wave out. I feel like he's just going to, he's not empathetic towards the victims by doing this at all. He's not showing any empathy. It's terrible. But what we expect anything more from somebody that unalived killed? I mean, that he killed 4 people in their beds. I mean, I could think of 4 people where it would, I mean, these kids were doing everything right that night, And it's like, they really did everything right. And for them to lose their life only because they may have interacted with him, if it is Bryan Kohberger, and if that's the case, and this is over, Instagram messages that weren't checked or something like that, because those are the rumors we've heard, that he tried to reach out to one of the girls via Instagram. And when you get a message from somebody that you're not friends with, it goes into another folder, and you have to actually physically go to that folder to see if people have wrote you in there. And most of the time it's corn sites. You know what I mean? It's really gross stuff like that. That's mine anyway. I don't know why I get them, but they do. They'll try to comment or try to write me on Twitter too. And I'm just I don't need that in my life. But that's why a lot of people don't check their other messages, because it's all spam, and just, it's no one usually that you want to talk to, because everybody that you want to talk to, you're usually following them. So it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. They won't remove the DP. I don't think they will. Yeah. Right. Nylon. Yeah. Classic one. Did you guys have any questions for me? Anything you wanted to ask? And thank you guys all for being here. I'm just looking through the chat. I see some new names. I love seeing new names. It makes me so happy. We get difference of opinions. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my dogs are snoring. She's going to fall off of there. She's hanging on by she going to fall off. She's looking at me. She's not going to fall off. You not going to fall off? Okay. I just cleaned that chair, didn't I? Yep. I did. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's called a chomp chomp. It's a thing that you can use to get hair off of furniture and everything. Buy yourself one. Just look them up. If you have an animal, I'm telling you, it's the best thing since sliced bread. What are those sticky things? I have one over here somewhere. Lint brush. It won't even do. It won't even do the same. This thing's so good. I don't think that they had a hearing. Let me see. Let's go all the way down here. Case summary. 2000. I'm in 2023. 2024. 2025. Okay, so we're in the 4th month. Let's see. My goodness, this is a lot. Just to get down to April. Okay, April. We're 15th. I don't see one. We just had the 9th and the 10th, but they didn't end up using the 10th because they didn't need to. So they just ended up doing all the hearings on the 9th. So the last one was the motion hearing on the 9th. I don't see anything saying that they're, I forget when the next one is. I could tell you though. Oh, wait, right here. It's canceled. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's right. 4:15. It was canceled. Let me see. 4:16. Sorry. Motion hearing. And I think it's because it says vacated. Oh, it's because Judge John Judge, I believe. These were his dates. So that one was Stephen Hippler did that one. But the one on the 5:15 is canceled. Where was it just at? I saw it. Oh, wait, right here. On 6/2 is canceled. The jury trial. We were supposed to happen June 2nd. That's vacated. So what they're doing is they're just going through and vacated some of them, but we should be at least one court. They should be at least having one court hearing per month, he said. So now that we're getting closer to trial, maybe we'll have 2 a month. We have a pretrial conference. It looks like that's the next one, and that's going to be on May 15th at 9 a.m. So it'll be 11 a.m. our time, Eastern Standard Time over here. And then there's another hearing scheduled July 21st. And then that'll be the last hearing before we get into the jury trial and them picking a jury. So exciting stuff's happening, guys. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Yeah, the 16th was canceled. So, oh, about the comment about dog count. Yeah, she just sits up there. Oh, vacuum with the pet attachment. But no, it's like this little thing is called a chomp chomp, and like you just use it. Like it has like the velvet on it, you know, like the velvet stuff that always gets like hair off. I have to show it to you guys sometime. I don't know where I put it. It's probably in the closet. But I mean, you just go over it and it gets all of it. Like, you know how hair gets embedded in like furniture and you're just like, oh, great. It's just there forever. It's living there rent free. It'll get it out. It'll get it out. I'm telling you. I'm full of useless information. It's called Chomp Chomp though. Like this. I'm telling you, look them up. I think they have a Walmart version, but I don't know what the name of the Walmart version is. If Taylor can get through Discovery. Well, you know, they're not going to give her any more time. She had enough time. She's had 3 years at most, you know. We could have done it. Like if she hires us, we'll go through. I would do it. I would do it with a non-objective eye, you know. I would, if there was something in there that would prove that Coberger didn't do this, I wouldn't hold that back. Send me over some videos to look at. I'll watch them. Hell, my channel will grow fast if I had some videos from the defense, you know. Everybody be over here watching them. But as far as I know, that's the next court date. And I think that's all I have for you guys. I have to wake up super early tomorrow and get my hair done. I don't know why I scheduled it at 10 a.m., but I did. But yeah, that's all I have for you. I don't know. I don't know what else I was going to say. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. If I do it tomorrow live, I'm sure I'll put it on the community tab, but I haven't been doing them, but I need to start doing them. I need to start doing more lives during the day. I want to start doing some more on the other channel. It's just, it'll be fun over there. And that way I could be more personable. Like I could just sit back in my chair and be more relaxed with you guys. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Ladybug, thank you so much for modding. I appreciate you so much. I really, 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 really do. So thank you so much for being here. Sweet dreams, everybody. Much love to y'all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, hopefully my hair will look excellente. You know, I don't know. It looks fine now, but hopefully it looks really, really nice. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow back here at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out.